am Zazubaar, and welcome to this week's episode of The Demons from Outer Space. Joining me as always, Super DM64.
Hello.
Very enthused as always. Episode 26, Dylan. Episode 26. I never thought I would be involved in a show that lasts that long, especially one this fucked up.
Indeed. Indeed.
Nobody's taken us off the air yet. And we're going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that we don't get taken off the air.
Because they totally care about taking down internet podcasts.
We could get flagged for, inappropriate content.
We could.
Yeah, I mean, probably wouldn't go through because we could dispute it very easily, but somebody could, complain to YouTube, my child went on your website and found a video called The Demons from Outer Space and said that it was very inappropriate and there was no age restriction. This is not acceptable. And they have used that voice via email. I don't know how that would happen. Maybe they send them an audio file.
That's a terrifying voice. I imagine that's what the parents who complained back in the 80s about Silent Night, Deadly Night sounded like.
This was supposed to be a Christmas movie. You know what it sounds like, speaking of Christmas movies? It sounds like the Jack in the Box from fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yes.
Rudolph!
Nobody wants a Charlie in the box.
Because that's racially insensitive. It would have been by then, too, because Vietnam was 10 years away. Or 10 years, not 10 years away, 10 years past. The Vietnam War of the late 1980s.
Nobody wants a Charlie in the box. I'm going back to the trees.
That's so bad. I'm going back to the spider holes.
We got Charlie in the trees, man. They're in the trees. I gotta go get Jack out of my fucking tree and give him his box back.
We need to go back to our original places, Jack. Fuck you, Charlie. I'm staying up in your tree. I like this whole war thing. I get to kill people without ever getting arrested for it.
It's almost,
You're fucked up, Jack!
It's almost like one of those movies where, people switch bodies and one person wants to switch back, but the other one's like, no.
It's like that movie with, Jerry O'Connor and Ryan Reynolds.
Like Face Off, only without the hammy acting.
Is that no? It would have to have hammy acting. I mean, it's a movie about two toys switching bodies, so that way one of them could become a Vietnamese fighter or a Viet Cong fighter in the Vietnam War, and the other one could become a fucking Jack in the Box.
No, you know what we do to really ham it up? We have the two toys being played by John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
That way we can put. And Nicolas Cage should play the Viet Cong, so that way he can dress up like a bear.
Yes, and punch somebody in the face. Right,
preferably a woman, because that way it just ties the whole thing together.
Because you don't put a bear in a cage, you put Cage in a bear.
Genius. So wait a minute, let's say this situation, let's say we're making this movie, and we're pitching it to fucking Toho. Because that's who we would pitch this movie to.
Yes. Did we mention that?
We do not understand this film.
Did we mention that the two toys that are fighting over who will be in the trees and who will be in the box are 200 feet tall?
We have to change that aspect of it just so that way they'll make it. We would definitely greenlight this film if it had monsters in it, kaiju, if you will. All right, let's make them a couple 100 feet tall. I like it. Now we just need to put Gosha in it.
The executive's like, this movie only needs one thing. What's that? Aryans.
Aryans and mystical powers. Well, we've got Santa in it. Does that count? No. You must add mystical powers. So you want us to give, Charlie, fucking lightning out of his hands? Yes. That is exactly what we want.
By the end of the experience, it's no longer our movie at all, and
it turned into War of the Gargantuas.
It's just been Final Wars.
It's Godzilla Final Wars. So we put Godzilla in it. Nothing of the original script is left.
Absolutely.
The only thing is that there was a military commander named Captain Gordon who was in the United States Marines fighting in the Vietnam War. That's the only thing that stayed in. Oh, I pay to see that movie. I guess I did pay to see that movie. It's called Godzilla Final Wars.
Indeed, we already saw this movie, man.
No, but here's my question. So we're pitching this movie to Toho, and before they start changing things, their immediate plot question is if they've switched bodies because one of them wants to be a Jack-in-the-Box and one of them wants to be a Viet Cong fighter, why does why does Charlie, who goes into the Jack-in-the-Box body, keep his name Charlie when they know that they wouldn't let him be a Jack-in-the-Box if he kept the name? And we're just like, oh fuck, we did not think this through.
He's very protective of his identity.
Yeah. He wants to switch his body, which immediately in some way changes his identity. But he wants to keep his name because that's sacred. His mother gave him that name, god damn it.
You see, Charlie's a real conceited asshole. and he...
Even though he would have such a poor self-image from being thrown on the island of misfit toys, it makes no sense for him to be conceited, but go ahead.
He's a real conceited asshole because he wants to be a Jack-in-the-Box. But damn it, if he got all that fame and fortune under a different name, it would be meaningless to him.
Yes, he needs to be Charlie, needs to be famous for being a fucking Jack-in-the-Box.
He doesn't want to be the famous Jack-in-the-Box that can talk. He wants to be
the famous Charlie in the Box.
He wants his name up in lights.
On Broadway.
He wants his own bat signal in the sky.
He wants a Charlie signal in the sky. Oh, God. Oh, I would so see this movie.
He wants the money. He wants the bitches. He wants the coke. He wants all of it.
And then when one day, decades from now, when he's rich and sitting in his apartment fucking snorting cocaine off of prostitutes' asses, then Jack bursts into the room and goes, "Bitches, leave!" And then he blows up Charlie and lets his body burn.
But see, the story of the movie has to be his rise to fame and then his decline over the fact that his name is not Jack. Thus,
it's got to be Scarface, but with Charlie.
Thus leaving him on the island of misfit toys, and then the rest of the movie becomes him wanting his body back, but the Jack-in-the-Box is an asshole and doesn't want to be a toy again.
Right, exactly. The Jack-in-the-Box likes being a murderer and killing people in war. Now this whole plot falls apart because the Vietnam War would have been over for 10 years. But fuck you.
This will be we'll set it in the not so distant future. It'll be the second Vietnam War.
I'm down. Or no, what if we set it in Korea? Well, no, because we need to keep the Charlie name.
Right.
God damn it. Oh. Now, this movie would never get made for obvious reasons of, it makes no sense, and it's a stupid idea, but my thing is the problem would be that the guy's name was Charlie.
The other problem is putting him into Korea would also make this whole new problem of how do we work Pulgasari into this movie.
Yeah, so instead of Godzilla or Gojira, we put Pulgasari in it.
Or as not a Kira, as what's his name? Ken Watanabe would say. Pulgasari!
Ken, what was that? I said Gojira! Ken, you're just intentionally trying to fuck with us now. No, I am not. You are just deaf.
What I said was Gojira. I do not understand.
The club can't even handle me, right? Now he's singing pop hits. Ken Watanabe, a 54-year-old actor, is singing pop hits.
Ken Watanabe's gone crazier than senile Harrison Ford.
They hang out on the weekends and play golf. So, Harrison Ford, son, did you see the new Gojira?
Get off my plane.
No. Why did you not see the film?
You betrayed Shiva. What?
Wait, is that from Temple of Doom?
That is from Temple of Doom.
What scene is that from?
That's they're hanging from the bridge right before he starts speaking Hindu and the stones fall out of the bag. He says to Molaram, he says, "You betrayed Shiva," and then he starts chanting whatever it was he was chanting.
Wait, why would Molaram worship Shiva? Doesn't he worship Kali?
I believe the idea is that most Hindus, at least in the straightforward version of Hinduism that's presented in Temple of Doom, should be
which wouldn't be rose-colored or fucked up at all.
Should be worshiping Shiva, and the fact that he is.
But isn't he? But is Molaram not a Hindu then?
The fact that Molaram is worshiping Kali, the fact that he is a part of the Thuggee cult, is why he is a betrayer of Shiva, because he is not following the one true Hindu god out of like 9 that they have.
But why would he care if he's not Hindu? Is he Hindu? Do they ever say that?
I think the idea is that they're supposed to be like an evil like sect of Hinduism. I don't know.
Oh, so it's like Satanism.
Sort of. It's like Indian Satanism, or at least that's the way it's presented.
I guess that makes sense. Okay, that makes more sense because I'm like, why would he give a fuck? Like, I don't care about betraying Shiva.
Which is why he can do that thing where he's like Kali Ma, and then he rips out their heart, and then they lock them.
So according to the Indiana Jones continuity,
yes,
which whatever, is neither here nor there. Is there both a Hindu Shiva and a Christian God?
That would appear to be the case.
Do they fight?
Also interdimensional aliens.
And not even interdimensional beings. I rewatched Kingdom of the. I've rewatched all the Indiana Jones movies over the past couple weeks, and
that's funny. I rewatched all of them Sunday.
Oh, did you really?
Because I had a little cousin over, and she was like, "What's Indiana Jones?" And I was like, "Oh, you little."
What's Indiana Jones?
I'm like, sit your ass down. You're about to watch 4 movies, kid.
4 2.5-hour movies. Those movies are fucking long, dude.
2 great movies, 1 not so great movie, and another movie that everybody else seems to hate, but I'm just like, meh.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is the meh one?
No, Temple of Doom is the meh one.
Oh, really?
I really don't care for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I actually like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull a little better than Temple of Doom. I know that's blasphemy, and I know that that'll put me in, Indiana Jones fan internment camp, but I think what I like, I think I like...
The gang of Indiana Jones fans are going to get together and, execute you.
They're dressed like Sala.
They're going to put you in a fridge, and you're like, what am I doing in this fridge? We'll see if it can really survive an atom bomb.
So you like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, huh? I mean, I don't like it, but I don't think it's horrible. Alright, well, if you don't think it's what do you think of the nuking the fridge scene? I mean, it's stupid, but is it any more stupid than, or is it any stupider than fucking the carts running off of the tracks?
We will punish you for your like of this movie, for it has a story by George Lucas, and he is Satan. Yeah,
apparently. It's a good idea, I think. It's horribly. I mean, the alien story is horribly executed. I really believe, I absolutely believe this with all my heart and soul after rewatching it, that Shia LaBeouf ruins that movie.
Shia LaBeouf.
He is absolutely to blame for why the majority of that movie is almost intolerable.
Yeah, I find Shia LaBeouf more annoying than the blonde chick from Temple of Doom.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the blonde chick from Temple of Doom is annoying, but she's supposed to be. You get the idea that the whole point of her character...
Yeah, I mean, that's the stereotype they're making fun of. Williams is literally just annoying because it's Shia LaBeouf and he's fucking annoying.
Because part of the point of Willie is she's this, very feminine type. She's supposed to be an exact opposite of Marion.
Exactly.
It's like, hey,
which is
remember
fine
that chick from the first...
Remember that chick... This is before Indy gets back together with Marion.
Right. Quite a ways. It's actually before... Technically, it's a prequel.
No, it is a prequel, but that's why I'm saying. But he had met Marion before this. They had a long relationship before.
That's right.
Raiders.
That's right. And then that didn't work out, and then they got back together.
And then they get back together in Raiders, and then that doesn't work out, and then they get back together in Crystal Skull.
They're literally on again, off again.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they get married, and I know that definitely ended in divorce because they are 2 huge personalities that would clash at every turn. And
after what happened in Last Crusade, Harrison Ford was just like, screw this, I'm off of women till I run back into Marion.
Screw this, I'm off women, I'm on the cock. Take him off, Sala. What?
Me and my father.
What are you doing, Indy?
Me and my father both had sex with the same Nazi. I think we need to take a break.
I think we need to take a break from the women. I'm
going to devote myself to my work.
And every now and then fuck Marcus Brody.
Until he dies and they make a statue of him.
And then I'll fuck that.
You know the one scene in Kingdom of the Crystal?
You just No, dude, hang on. Let's play this out.
Do you really want
fucking the dean of the school, stays in a little late one night. Fucking, he's sitting in his office doing some last minute filing. And he fucking looks out the window, smoking a cigarette, looks out onto the Marcus Brody statue. And there he sees fucking Indiana Jones with his pants around his ankle, fucking jerking off onto the statue.
Doing horrible things with the staff of Raw.
Oh, God. I had to get that thought out because it was killing me.
But you know...
Indy sees him, and it's like that scene in fucking, what's a good example? In fucking Planet of the Apes, where Caesar's kid gets seen by Aldo,
yeah.
and Aldo has to kill him, so Indy's just like, "You've seen me now." "No, Indy! No!" "Yes!" So he shoots him. And then he comes back to life in the next movie because Indy feels guilty.
There are a few moments in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, little like callbacks and references that I do enjoy. Like my personal favorite is actually connected to the Marcus Brody statue. When the statue gets decapitated, and Mutt's laughing about it, and he looks back at Indy, and Indiana has the same look on his face that Sean Connery had in Last Crusade.
That's the best. Yeah, that's the absolute best part of Crystal Skull is that it is it's Last Crusade reversed.
Yeah.
And that was the intention, and Harrison Ford plays it very well, and very naturally as being an older Indiana Jones, but oh my god, is Shia LaBeouf annoying.
Because there are good ideas in this movie, like moving the plot forward to the 50s and having an older Indiana Jones and having him have a son with Marion. All great ideas, but it's bogged down by like Shia LaBeouf and all this.
Just really annoying design choices and acting choices, and the CGI kills me. I don't know why, but it is so fucking distracting.
Yeah. The other thing is, I wouldn't be terribly against the idea of the whole Crystal Skull alien plot if it was left sort of ambiguous.
Yeah, like just like it's always been.
Like if they never really figure out whether it was actually aliens or not. But when you have an Indiana Jones movie where you see the aliens and the friggin' spaceship comes out of the ground.
That was way too much. I completely agree. I was watching Crystal Skull and it makes perfect sense to me that they would do the ancient aliens thing. Like why not? It fits in. It fits right in with. Holy Grails and knights living for hundreds of years and Hindu gods and Hindu death cults. It fits in perfectly, in my opinion.
They were running out of popular religions, so...
Well, more than that, it also works, and they should have played this up more, because it's set in the 1950s, and it's definitely playing on the whole B-movie thing.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, they kind of lose sight of that. Like, it could have been a really interesting change if they had taken the Indiana Jones character and then put him in another genre with its own tropes and then played around with those tropes. And they kind of do, but I feel like the movie is also then really worried that if they do that, then they're going to lose sight of what Indiana Jones is. And I think that's definitely a concern you should have, and definitely that should be balanced, but I feel like for this, it lacks originality in that way. Because it's an original take on that universe and on what that character does, but it's just done so uncreatively and just so, by the numbers.
Aside from the references and the little winks and nods to the audience and things like that, also, there's a lot of times watching it when it doesn't really feel like I'm watching an Indiana Jones movie. And
I do really believe that part of that is Harrison Ford's age. As much as he plays an older Indiana Jones well, there are moments where it's just like, oh yeah, that's supposed to be Indiana Jones. I don't buy it.
Well, not even that, but also there's this, and this is probably the reason why I still enjoyed Temple more than I do Crystal Skull. When you watch the first three movies, it really feels like you're watching an old movie serial, and that was always the That was always the intention. And watching Crystal Skull again Sunday, I feel like it's sort of lost the spirit of the original three movies.
I agree.
It just doesn't feel like an Indiana Jones movie most of the time, despite how hard they're trying. All the winks and the nods to the audience is a nice villain in Cate Blanchett. She does well, I think.
She does really well.
She would have been fantastic with a better script.
Anyway, so yeah, Kate Blanchett is great as whatever the fuck her name is in the movie.
What is her name in that damn movie?
I have no idea. I'm gonna look this up. I also find the Mac character very annoying.
Mac, yeah. Although I love the one line when he's like, "So you're a triple agent?" Nah, I just lied about being a double.
I just love that scene is great, and he is annoying, and I don't think it's the actor's fault. I think it's just the way the character is written, and that horrible like British Australian accent mix he's got going on.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's actually an American actor.
I'm not sure. No, he's British. I looked this up. He's a British actor.
Oh, he just.
But he sounds like he's trying to play Australian. I don't know.
I think he has.
Whatever the reason is. Maybe he has Michael Caine syndrome. He's actually British, but he sounds Australian.
He has a very specific type of British accent, and if I knew what it was called, but I've heard it before.
It's not. I guess it's Cockney. I guess he kind of sounds like.
Could be.
Whatever Claude Rains has. Irina Spalko is her name. That is one hell of a name. If it was
a movie set in like the 1800s, he sounds like he would be one of the lower class British people.
Probably.
Like the one working in the the mill or whatever.
Yeah, that's more Cockney than anything else. Or East or Northern, I guess. Like whatever Rose Tyler is in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You know what they were gonna do that I think would have been a lot cooler, and I kind of get why they changed it, but I think it would have worked in a different way and still been as cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be a daughter that he had that he didn't know about.
That would have been.
Wouldn't that have been so much cooler?
It would have been really interesting.
And then get like a British chick to play her because she's supposed to grow up. That his child is supposed to grow up in England with an English father.
Yeah.
Get like fucking like 2008, a young British chick would have been. Get like fucking her. What's her name? Emma Watson? No, not Emma Watson. Whoever played Hermione.
That's Emma Watson.
Yeah, Emma Watson. Get her to play fucking Indy's kid. That would have been great.
The problem was at the time she was a little busy with a little movie series you might have heard of.
But somebody like that though. Give her a fucking leather jacket. Have her be like a female Indiana Jones, and have Indy does not approve. Like this is as somebody who's like gone on a rampage through women his whole life. Like this would have been like a wake-up call. You know what I mean?
We can't put a strong, independent woman character in the 50s, Bill. That's not the stereotype we're working under.
Yeah, but the villain's a female.
Oh, but that's different.
Who's in command of an army. It would have worked out fine.
But it's okay for that female to be a strong, independent woman because she is a commie bastard.
And also Russian, so she might as well be a man.
Right.
No offense to any Russian women out there. I'm sure you're very attractive.
Because apparently, according to Bill, in Soviet Russia, women have penis. I don't know.
Yeah. Or their clits are so big, it might as well be a dick.
Ooh, damn.
Dylan's like, I'm separating myself from this idea. I also, honestly, and I probably would be disagreed with for this as well, I think all the scenes of, like, dealing with the aftermath of Indiana Jones being older and living in a world post the original trilogy, where everybody's older, is more interesting than the fucking, like, actual action and mystery plot.
The stuff at the beginning of the movie. Well, not the very beginning of the movie. But
yeah, but even then, that's still better than what happens later.
Once they get to the jungle, it goes downhill. Actually,
it just falls apart.
He leaves the country with Shia LaBeouf, because at first when Shia LaBeouf shows up in the movie, and they're still, like, in whatever university he's at, that stuff's not so bad. Once they get on that plane...
Marshall College.
Once they get on that plane, go downhill.
Yeah, exactly. It really falls apart. And you know what I think the problem is? They're very clear that it's set in the 50s in the American scenes, and they play around with that idea a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like the opening frames with like the Elvis song playing and the fucking Atomic Cafe. That was all great.
And the Russian who's having a race with some teenagers.
That was stupid, and the filmmaker should fucking cry for having done that. That was stupid. And I have no idea why that guy would even think that was a good idea.
It would make more sense if they were American soldiers, but it kind of loses its comedic effect when they get to Area 51. You find out that
and they're supposed to that and doing Area 50. I guess it makes sense with the alien thing, but
yeah, but
and I guess it's cool. I guess it does also make sense that that's where the Ark would be.
Yeah, but did the warehouse from Raiders have to be Area 51? Couldn't it have been something more like secretive and cool than that?
I mean, what's more secretive and cool than Area 51, though?
Make something up that's more secret and cool than Area 51.
I guess, but that joke is one of the best things about the movie is when they crash through it and you just see the Ark of the Covenant right there.
It is. But wouldn't it be so much more clever of the U.S. government to have Area 51 and to spread all these conspiracy theories, making people think that's where all like the crazy stuff is. But when you get there, it's like an empty warehouse and there's really some other location. That's what
like conspiracy theorists about conspiracy theorists think. Is that fucking Area 51 is just a cover?
You conspiracy theorists are all wrong. There's really a much larger conspiracy.
The conspiracy theorists are lying to you.
Those conspiracy theorists are part of a conspiracy. They're lying.
They're lying.
It is not a warehouse.
It's not a warehouse. It wasn't a typhoon, okay?
Wait, what? Those things are not comparable.
That's exactly it. You're hiding something out there.
An empty warehouse.
It's gonna send us back to the 1930s. We're in the 1930s. We're gonna stay here forever.
Sweet. Nazis forever.
Now, we can always use them as villains.
Now all of our movies will have much more clear-cut villains.
We won't have to deal with all those characters and things.
Screw that ambiguous post-9/11 crap. Let's stick to good old-fashioned Nazis.
Let's just stick to good old-fashioned black and white murdering psychopaths who we know are the bad guys.
And who say things like, "Good evening, Fraulein."
Good evening, Fraulein.
Sorry, the bar's closed. We are not thirsty.
Yeah, Colonel Hogan, we are not thirsty. That is not Colonel Hogan, Schultz. Oh, I am so sorry, Colonel Hogan.
Silence, Schultz. It is the 30s. That show has not even been made yet.
Yeah, Colonel Hogan, but I know all about it. Colonel Hogan.
Damn it, Schultz, you and your meta-humor.
I'm sorry, Colonel Hogan. I will go back to being Nazi now.
I'm not Colonel Hogan.
Slaps him. Oh, Colonel Hogan. Somebody kill him. We don't need him. Oh, why do you think they kept Schultz around? He didn't do anything, and he was always, like, at fault for why Hogan and his men got away with what they got away with. Because he would just let them get away with murder, sometimes literally, and then just not say anything. Because I see nothing, And then, like, the whole camp would fall apart, and, it just makes no sense. Why would they keep him around, Dylan? I need to know.
Because TV needs comic relief.
Oh, God. But yeah, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
What's your favorite of the two that are actually good? I like Last Crusade a little better. Not much, but I like it a little better.
As much as I love Last Crusade, the original still edges it out a little bit for me.
Yeah, they're both amazing movies, though.
Mainly because I find the villains to be a lot more memorable.
It's a much more visually deep film, because that's one of the things that Indiana Jones was always credited for, was like its gorgeous cinematography and gorgeous imagery. And Last Crusade is very, like, it almost looks closer to the serials of being, like, very, very clean and very PC. Like, Raiders had this edge to it.
Yeah.
This 80s edginess to it that was put into the context of the 30s. Like, Crusade kind of loses that, but...
I think the reason is Temple of Doom. I think they were like, we went...
Oh, absolutely. They were really pulling back. Because Temple of Doom went the other way, and the last Crusade was like, yeah, nobody likes that. Let's pull it back.
We went really friggin' dark back there, guys. Let's reel it in.
Yeah, let's pull back a little bit, boys.
Reel it in. Let's go back to Nazis. No more crazy death cults.
Let's go back to Nazis and make them like really PC Nazis. Like they don't kill anybody.
Right. The Nazis in the first movie are so terrifying. The Nazis in the third movie are almost cute.
Yeah. Oh, they're definitely played like that German commander in the third movie he's comical. Like, the first movie, it's like, that dude is fucking terrifying.
I'm going to leave you tied up here in this room where nothing could...
Don't you dare try and get out, Jones boys. That's not German.
Where nothing could possibly go wrong. I'm sure nothing will catch on fire by the end of this evening.
You know why that movie is awesome, though, right?
Because of Sean Connery.
I still sent it to the Marx Brothers.
Junior! Also, the opening of the movie is genius.
Oh, that's awesome, too. And everybody, we reviewed this on Geeky Gentleman recently, and I think it was Ian who made the point that opening sequence is kind of pointless, and I disagree because I'm like, it sets up everything. Like, it sets up their relationship. It gives us background on Indiana Jones.
It tells you why he's afraid
of a child.
It tells you why he's afraid of snakes, man.
That too. It explains the scar on his chin that Harrison Ford has in real life.
Because one of the things that you think when you first see the movie, if you've seen the first two first, is that before he gets on the train, there's a scene where he sees a snake and he's not fazed by it, and you're like, wait a minute. Then he gets on that train and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, well, there's a scene in the cave where there's a snake on his friend, and he's just like, it's only a snake. And then he gets, like, traumatically, like almost raped by snakes.
That's one of the other few moments in Crystal Skull that actually kind of works for me. So he's like, call it a rope!
Oh, it is played up way too much, though.
I know,
Like, it is fucking absurd. Like, Indiana Jones is not an idiot, you know what I mean? Like, he would... I don't know.
He's afraid of snakes, but they took it a little too far. He did withstand a single-engine plane ride with one.
Right.
I hate snakes, Shock. I hate them.
I hate them! That's a great moment in Raiders. It's one of my favorites. I love younger Indy. Like, old Indy is cool too, but not as cool as young Indy.
Young Indy is the one rolling into pussy.
Well, that too, but drowning in the pussy, if I may say.
Indeed.
He's drowning into pussy. In fact, he's drowning in it so much, he really should swim to the ass.
He should just swim to the butt. I don't know if he has yet or not. I'm like, Indy, you're dying out there. Just swim to the butt.
You think Indiana Jones is trianal? I think he would have been too afraid to because it was the 30s and shit.
It is the 30s and shit.
I don't know if they had anal in the 30s.
No. He's pretty forward-thinking for a 30s man, though.
He is.
He's very open to the existence of multiple religious deities.
And aliens. Well, actually, that's not true. He never sees what happens in the Ark. What happens because of the Ark.
Nobody knows that it fucking killed everybody.
Right. But he doesn't know that. He never sees the ghosts, and that's really the confirmation that whatever the Jewish people believed was their god manifested itself as that and killed those dudes.
The way I interpreted it is that they were supposed to be like angels, because at first they appear and they're all pretty, and then it's like, you open the Ark, fuck you!
Well, it's the wrath of God incarnate. And it's supposed to be like Old Testament God who was like an asshole.
The face changes, and in my mind I'm just thinking, Zool, motherfucker, Zool!
Zool! Yeah. No, but it's like, but Old Testament God was a fucking badass. Like, New Testament God was a pansy. You know what I mean?
Old Testament God will kick your ass.
He would fuck you up for just like, you fucking talk wrong to me, bitch, I'm gonna fucking genocide your whole fucking city.
Bitch.
You're gonna genocide our whole city? Fuck yeah.
Bitch, I told you.
But that's not a verb.
Bitch, I told you not to look back at that city. Bam, pillar of salt. How you like that?
Damn straight. Fuck you.
Yo, I'm a...
Oh, you're gonna fucking worship that golden calf, you bitch-ass punk? Blow me. And then he, like, kills them with a sandstorm.
Oh, y'all ain't gonna listen to what I have to say, huh? Oh, alright. I'm gonna just flood the planet.
I'm just gonna flood the whole goddamn planet. One dude, no, two dudes, no, one dude, one chick are gonna live. That's it.
Russell Crowe will live, and all the rock monsters will die.
Did you see Noah?
I didn't.
How was it?
I said I didn't.
Oh, I thought you said you did. I was like, oh, did you really?
But there are rock monsters in the movie, man.
Were there really?
Rock monsters.
Why were there rock monsters?
I don't know why there were Never-Ending Story 3 rock biters in this movie.
Although, then again, there are tree monsters in Maleficent.
All I know is that the movie Noah is technically not based on the Bible. It's based on a graphic novel.
Yeah, it's based on a comic book that's partially inspired by the Bible story.
Indeed.
Though Noah with an axe is pretty fucking badass.
And some people were a little taken aback by that, and I'm like, have you read the original story? It's like,
yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
It's like 2 paragraphs. They can't make a whole movie out of it.
I mean, there's room for expansion here. You can't. It's like when they made It's like, I'm trying to think of an example. It's like when they made Quantum of Solace. There was nothing there in the original story to warrant a full-length Bond movie.
Right.
So we used the title and made something else. I'm sorry, right? And there's remnants of it still in there with the whole idea of love and loss and
everything,
all that stuff.
Everything that happened.
And betrayal.
Everything that happened in Octopussy? Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. There is an octopus cult in Octopussy.
There is an octopus cult?
Yeah.
Do they worship an Octopussy? No.
I haven't read the story yet. I have it. I just haven't read it.
Clearly, they worship Cthulhu.
And you want to know what 007 in New York is?
Is the leader of the cult Dr. Octopus? Okay, go on.
Do they worship the Octopussy? Does that mean do they worship an octopus's pussy? No, not that I know of.
Are there services led by Alfred Molina?
Wait, what?
Post Raiders Alfred Molina.
Is he in Octopussy?
No, but he played Dr. Octopus.
Oh, that reference was beyond me.
It sailed over your head like...
It really did. I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh yeah, he did play Dr. Octopus. He played a fucking damn fine at Dr. Octopus.
He did. Still my favorite Spider-Man.
He was a sexy-ass Dr. Octopus.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
Him and his fucking giant beer gut and fucking 2 chins. He was a sexy-ass Doc Ock.
Compared to comic Doc Ock, he's slim as hell.
He could get the pussy. Like, comic book Doc Ock, no pussy.
He's a fucking butterball, man.
He was also a fuck.
A fuck.
He was a fuck. He was an antisocial, overweight, mama's boy, ass fuck.
And then Ultimate Spider-Man came along and it was like, love triangle.
And it was like, he's like fucking like an emo fucking teenager.
Plus, love triangle. Like, what? Why?
Oh, yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there's a love triangle between him and Peter and Mary. Really?
Well, because in the comics, Peter and Mary Jane basically have a relationship from the get-go, and they're just constantly on again, off again.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't even know if they used Gwen Stacy in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, they did, but she was a totally different character.
Oh, like Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, pretty much. Like he meets her well after he's met Mary Jane, and she's like this goth chick, and she gets killed by Carnage.
It's dumb.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. Like, she was living with Peter for a while because her parents were like assholes, and she had to move in with them, and that caused tension because then Mary Jane, like this chick who liked Peter, was living with them, and they could easily have like easy access to each other's dangly bits, and we're not each other's dangly bits. That would insinuate that Gwen Stacy has a dick. Who knows? Maybe she did. We have an open mind here at the Demons from Outer Space.
Oh shit! This is a crossover between Spider-Man and the Crying Game.
Or Sleepaway Camp.
I didn't see that coming. Oh yes, Sleep.
Fucking Ultimate Spider-Man ends with fucking Gwen Stacy like holding Peter's heart, and they just pan out, and it's like her head on a dude's body, and she has like a giant, like erect dick.
She's making that face from Sleepaway Camp.
Oh God. Good times. Good times.
That face, man.
That fucking face, dude.
That face will haunt your dreams.
That is the face that stopped 1 million boners.
Oh, God.
Ugh. That and the face of the devil from The Exorcist.
I'm a little bit more disturbed by the sleepaway camp face.
Really? The face of the devil is terrifying, though.
She looks like she, dislocated her jaw when she was about to give some head. Her mouth's just fucking hanging open.
It is horrifying.
And the Photoshop is just terrible.
It is horrible. Or
not technically Photoshop, but whatever technique they use at the time.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
The skin tone doesn't match or anything.
Nope, it's absolutely atrocious.
They got this light-skinned girl's head on top of this tan dude's body.
I'm looking at that of the picture of her right now. That dude has a really tiny dick.
The cinema snob didn't have to work hard to blur it out.
I guess you would have to, though, right?
Well, give the guy some credit, Bill. I mean, we're kind of far away. It's at an angle. It's cold out.
Fair enough. Okay, so maybe he has a giant dick and we just can't see it.
Maybe this is a young Liam Neeson.
No, that makes no sense.
No.
And then the cock just grew and grew.
Even in the 80s, Liam Neeson would have been way too fucking old.
Right, exactly. Yep. Yeah, he was in Darkman. You ever see that movie? And that was 90.
Hmm.
And he was like a 35-year-old character.
At least it's not as bad as Sleepaway Camp 2.
Never saw either. I just know about the ending.
Oh, Jesus, Sleepaway Camp 2.
Do they show, like the guy has 2 dicks then?
No, she because she continues going as a woman, despite the fact that she has a penis. Or actually, I think in the later movies, they tell you that she had a sex change operation. So now she is technically kind of a woman, sort of.
Right, because isn't the idea that, it was a boy who... What was the idea? Why does a chick have a dick?
The mother, or I don't think it was the actual mother. The person who was raising, I don't remember. Anyway, the mother, I'm just going to call it the mother. The mother
right.
wanted a girl.
Oh.
And so she forced this boy to be a girl. And that's why he's so fucked up in the head.
Oh. Oh, I see. How do you hide that though?
That's why he stabbed shoes for some reason. The poster to this movie makes no fucking sense.
Mm-hmm. He hates shoes because he never got to wear sneakers, so he takes revenge on anybody who wears sneakers.
Fucking high heels.
I will not allow you to wear what I was not allowed to wear. Oh. So then they actually give her a sex change operation, so that way she's actually a girl.
Sort of. Yes.
Okay.
And she returns to the camp under an assumed name and becomes one of the counselors because by this point she's older.
And does she go on another killing spree?
Of course she does.
Does she go back to the camp to go on a killing spree?
I believe that was the intention, yes.
Why? If she's got the sex change, what does she have to... Why would she go on another killing spree?
Because in all of the sequels, she is a different kind of crazy than she was in the first movie. She goes from being this sort of fucked up Norman Bates kind of crazy to this Jim Carrey...
Michael Myers.
This Jim Carrey, I'm a freaking cartoon character kind of crazy.
Oh, okay. So it's like Michael Myers, the psychosis just stops making sense.
She literally becomes a Looney Tune. She becomes... Jim Carrey is a prime comparison. She becomes that kind of crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of Jim Carrey, you know what's a really good movie?
What's a really good movie? Are you going to say The Truman Show?
The Truman Show is so fucking good.
That is a good-ass movie.
It is so good.
I need to watch that movie again. I haven't watched that movie since high school.
I rewatched it last night. Holy fuck.
Is it on Netflix?
I think it is.
I think it is, too.
I want to watch it again.
Fuck this show.
Fuck this show. Let's go watch The Truman Show.
Let's fucking do a Truman Show commentary.
Let's do it, man. And we wouldn't say anything because we'd be so awestruck by how good the movie is that we just wouldn't say anything.
It's a damn good movie.
It is a really good movie.
Why, yes, Netflix. I did enjoy Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Did you... Did you enjoy Robin Hood Men in Tights? Yeah.
I did.
Good.
It's Mel Brooks.
Good.
Can't go wrong with a Brooks.
Did you enjoy House? Yeah, for the most part.
You know what I noticed on this last viewing of Robin Hood Men in Tights?
What'd you notice?
It's full of references to earlier Mel Brooks movies.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, because the executioner at the end of the movie is the executioner from Blazing Saddles. They reference Blazing Saddles again later because all the people say a black sheriff, and then Chu says, "Why not? It worked in Blazing Saddles."
The Truman Show is no longer on Netflix.
Damn it.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking buy it though, on fucking Amazon Instant Video.
You should. It's a good movie. The preacher who is about to marry Marion to the sheriff is the same preacher who performed the wedding in Spaceballs. Same act.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a bunch of other references in there too, but yeah, I caught them in this last viewing, and I was like, wow.
That's genius. You know what's something I noticed recently?
What is something you noticed recently?
Both of Superman's dads in Man of Steel were Robin Hood.
Holy shit, yes they were.
Kevin Costner was Robin Hood, and fucking
Russell Crowe was Robin Hood.
Russell Crowe was not badass Robin Hood.
Now they need...
Well, he was supposed to be more badass, but I didn't see that movie. I just assumed it was horrible because I like to live in that world where that movie was bad.
Mel Brooks' real name is Melvin James Kaminsky. I like Mel Brooks better. Yeah,
I like Mel Brooks better too.
Now they just need a sequel where Superman gets a third father figure played by Carrie Ewells, and it'll be...
Yes. Oh, God.
Oh, great.
So what would his...
He did a voice on Dora the Explorer.
Oh, good.
That show...
Gotta have that Dora the Explorer cameo.
And it was this year. Is that show still on?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, Dora the Explorer is still on.
Why?
Because it's popular.
Why?
Because swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping.
That is not a satisfactory answer.
That's the only answer I got, Dylan. I'm sorry.
Well, I could have swore that Blazing Saddles came out before Young Frankenstein, but that is not the case.
Yeah, no, Blazing Saddles was after.
I mean, the opposite way. Young Frankenstein apparently comes out afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, that's the way it's listed on IMDb. Wait.
I thought that was really early for Mel Brooks.
Wait, actually, according to IMDb, apparently they're the same year. But...
Oh, okay.
But they still...
And then after that was Sherlock Holmes' smarter brother.
But they still have Blazing Saddles before Young Frankenstein, which makes me think that maybe it came out first that year. I might have to reorganize my DVD shelf now. I might have to switch these two movies.
Right.
I can't deal with the knowledge. That my notebook.
I can't deal with this fucking knowledge, man. That fucking. Ugh.
I used to think that History of the World Part 1 was earlier, but nope, 1981.
History of the World was fucking 1991?
1981.
Oh, I thought you said 90. I was like, that was late.
No, 1991 was the classic Life Stinks. And if you don't remember that one, neither does anyone else.
I don't remember that one. After Young Frankenstein was The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother, which was not Mel Brooks, but it was the same production team of Young Frankenstein, and I believe Mel Brooks was a producer.
That explains why it is not on this list of his directing credits. He only actually directed 12 movies, apparently.
Let's see. No, it was not. He was not the producer. Let's see if he was involved in any way.
He did direct the producers, though. Followed by the 12 Shares, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, High Anxiety, History of the World Part 1, An Audience with Mel Brooks, which is a TV special, Spaceballs, Life Stinks, Robin Hood Men in Tights, and Dracula Dead and Loving It.
It doesn't look like Mel Brooks was involved in any way. What the fuck?
Damn it, Brooks. Why you not do more stuff?
And stuff that's not the Spaceballs animated series. Right. Because that show was horrible.
Fuck the Spaceballs animated series.
The guy who voiced Batman in The Batman played Lone Star. That just does not work.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You mean in the series?
Yeah, legit.
Why?
I don't know, Dylan, because that's who they decided to cast.
Batman can't be a Lone Star.
He's not even Batman, dude. He's fucking
The Batman.
random bitchy ass playboy who put a Batman costume on and fought crime. Not well, he just fought crime.
If he only directed 12 movies, how can there be a top 13 list? Oh, okay, apparently it also includes his production work. Okay.
Holy shit.
Makes a lot of Jew jokes.
Ha ha ha! Yeah, he does.
He's a Jew, so it's okay.
Holy shit.
They're Jews. They're Jews in space.
You gotta hear this fact. So apparently, this will be the first. This is so fucked up. This will be the first year where all of the freshmen in high school in the world, for the most part, not counting dropouts or anything like that, or people who get held back, will have been not born in the 90s and have been born in the 2000s. God, I feel old.
These fucking children.
Fucking kids not born in the fucking 1990s are gonna be fucking high schoolers.
How is that possible?
Because we're old, dude. We're old men.
Because
now that we're men,
it doesn't.
We can do anything. Now that we're men,
it doesn't feel like it's okay. Actually, yes, it has been 6 years since I was a freshman.
Yeah, it has been.
Give or take. Yeah, 6. Shit.
Yep. We old, dude. We fucking old.
I hate children.
Why? Because they're not born in the 90s?
Yes.
That is the reason why they must die. Because they were not born in the 1990s.
People should...
But that wasn't our fault, Dylan. Fuck you.
Our millennium is best millennium.
Even though I really don't remember much about that millennium. Because I was a baby.
The last 6 years of that millennium were golden.
The last 6 years of that millennium that I barely remember were the best 6 years of my life.
I mean, sure.
You know what came out in those 6 years? Fucking Men in Black, fucking Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, man.
Fucking...
The 60s came back for a while. It was a wonderful time.
It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing.
I mean...
What else happened? Clerks. Clerks came out.
I mean, sure, the Rwandan genocide started on the day of my birth, but you know what? Things were great. Things were great in America.
If you were an American, you were fine. Not a Rwandan.
Rwandans. Let me take a second to apologize to any Rwandan listeners. Because I'm sure we have so many of them.
I'm sure we have several Rwandan listeners who may or may not be offended by that sentiment.
If you're a Rwandan viewer of the Demons from Outer Space and you are personally offended,
you could just go fuck yourself.
You can. Fuck Rwanda.
That just devolved quickly into like a Rwandan rant.
You and your tiny ass 11.46 million population.
Yeah! That's less than the city of Manhattan.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah!
Is it really?
We get outraged over just like simple numerical facts that they can't change.
Our population is best population.
Gattaca!
We have 313.9 million people. Suck on that, Rwanda.
Blow me, you Rwandans. You low populated Rwandans.
You probably don't have that many in the whole continent.
You know why? Because you're not Americans.
Fuck you, Africa.
Fuck you. How dare you not be American?
I will no longer bless your reigns, Africa.
No longer will you get Sean Connery in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. We're taking him back, bitches.
I'm going to drop more Coca-Cola bottles on your continent, causing your tribes to devolve into madness. And that was a The Gods Must Be Crazy reference. Oh,
wow. And then... Remember District 9? Yeah, I want to make that happen. For real. Aliens in Africa. Yeah.
You will have no one to turn to for help. Rafiki will do you no good.
Rafiki. Mufasa ain't gonna be up there in the heavens to look after you now.
Rwanda, remember who you are.
They're just like, who is he actually talking to? Anybody named Rwanda here? No, that is the country. Is he talking to the whole country? I suppose that was the intention, yes. He failed.
Crazy part is it sounds like it could be someone's name. Like you just walk up in the ghetto and you're like, yo, Rwanda. She'd be like, yeah.
I guess it would be a she, because Wanda, and then you just put Ro.
Rwanda.
Maybe that's the male name of Wanda. Rwanda.
But it doesn't even have an O, though. The country is spelled Rwanda. It's not even really Rwanda.
So wouldn't it be Rwanda then?
It's not even really like Rwanda. It's just like Rwanda.
Rwanda. I guess it would be Rwanda.
Rwanda.
There's not even like a comma, or not a comma,
No.
What's that thing called?
No, it's literally the name Wanda with an R in front of it.
What's that punctuation called though?
An apostrophe?
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't think of it. I kept wanting to say colon, but I'm like, it's not a colon.
Yeah, it's not a colon.
Colon is what produces your poop. That's not what it is.
R Wanda. You have to insert this pause when you say the name of the country. Welcome to R Wanda.
Welcome to R Wanda. Well, so it's your Wanda. No, R Wanda.
R.
That's what you just said.
R is the title of the country. Wanda is the subtitle.
R.
Wanda.
It's
a sequel to R.
A sequel. But it's a sequel to a reboot, so we couldn't call it 2 because then that would get people confused.
Right. This is not to be confused with R, the squeakquel.
Wait, what? Why is it the squeakquel?
I don't know.
Don't complicate this with logic.
It's a much better sequel name than 2R to Wanda.
2R. Or R versus Wanda. Dawn of Anarchy.
R of Steel.
R of Steel. The R Wanda rises.
Shouldn't the sequel to R just be called S?
What?
S is the next letter of the alphabet, Bill.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would be. And then the next one would be called T-U-R. Wait, what? I gotta sing the alphabet.
T-U-V.
H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U. No, wait. It would be T.
Host of the
right?
show, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck you. I can't just come up with the alphabet in my head. I have to sing it.
You're one of those people who, like in school, is told to put something in alphabetical order. You're sitting there singing to yourself.
On the ground, just surrounded by like magazines or books in the library, just singing the alphabet, trying to work it out.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, okay. D, E comes, or F comes before G.
That I knew. I know like the most of it. H, I, J, K. I know all that shit, but after K, I get fucked up.
But wait, we have one book that starts with an F and the next letter is I, but another one that starts with the F and the next letter is O. What will I do? A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Oh my god. I'm sitting there trying to work that out outside. Indiana Jones is fucking a statue. This is a fucked up school, guys. It's a fucked up school.
You're sitting there doing the alphabet, and all of a sudden you have a moment of realization, and you say to yourself, why am I in college?
Oh, God.
Why am I studying to be an archaeologist?
Why is Indiana Jones real?
Why don't I just...
And outside fucking a statue.
Why don't I just drop out and spend the rest of my life fixing motorcycles?
And then find out that Indiana Jones is my father and him be ashamed that I fix motorcycles and me be ashamed that my father fucks statues.
And I come to the shocking realization that I'm played by Shia LaBeouf. By
looking in the mirror. And then I just decide to kill myself. No, and then I realized that none of this was actually happening, and I was watching Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and tripping out on acid, imagining all this.
This is what I get for watching my movies after I've smoked all the weed.
All the weed. And then I realized that that's not actually what happened at all. I wasn't smoking weed, wasn't watching Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I was talking about doing it on Demons from Outer Space. Whoa.
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 This is like Inception, but far stupider.
This is like Inception, but it's not going to make any money.
It will make $0.
It'll make $0, and then we won't have any money to smoke all of the weed.
See, this is why successful movies don't run on our logic. No one ever ran up to Gareth Edwards after Godzilla came out and said, "Mr. Edwards, we made all the money."
We made all of the money. Oh yes, well, in alphabetical order, tell me the cities that made the most money. Fuck, A, B, C, D, E, F.
Now that we have made all the money, we can go out and smoke all the weed.
Which would be hysterical coming from him because he's so soft-spoken. And then I will smoke all of the weed and then get all of the pussy.
I'm waiting for the moment when I realize that Gareth Edwards is actually like a criminal mastermind.
Godzilla was just like a front to like fucking transport drugs and shit.
Somebody crosses him and he's like, "Alright, now you'll have to die," and he just shoots him in the fucking face.
Oh god. He's like Elsa Schneider in Last Crusade. Like, she doesn't look like a villain, but when she finally turns into a villain, it makes sense.
Mr. Edwards, I'm sorry, but we found out that you're a criminal kingpin, and we can no longer...
Oh dear, that's unfortunate, because you see, now you have to die.
We can no longer in good conscience let you direct the next Star Wars film. I see. Sadly, I don't do well with rejection. I'm afraid you'll have to die.
Gareth Edwards is the Floronic Man in not making Star Wars Episode 7 spin-off movie.
Batman and Robin 2, The Search for More Money.
Batman and Robin 2, The Search for a Director for the next Star Wars movie.
That's a worse sequel name than 22 Jump Street.
That movie does look pretty funny, though.
It does. Well, the first one was, but I just can't get over how stupid the name is.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to make a joke out of that, though. Like, what I like about it is all the stupidity around that franchise is joked about in the movie.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like, I love the moment in the trailer for 22 Jump Street where they're just like, listen, why don't you just go back to doing the exact same thing you were doing to Jump Street? That way everybody's happy. I'm just like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, see, 2012 was a good year. Because unlike most years, there were actually two comedies that I liked. One being 21 Jump Street, and the other one being Ted.
Ooh, speaking of Ted, going to see a million Ways to Die in the West tomorrow.
Are you?
I'm very excited.
So connected to Ted.
It is.
Yeah, I know. McFarlane.
I think, as far as I know, they're going to reference Ted in the movie.
Are they going to reference Ted? Is Ted?
Yeah, I think it's the same. I think it's supposed to be like in the same universe.
Ted going to show up in the Old West?
I don't know, but I know that's like supposed to be in the same universe.
It's the Back to the Future 3 of Ted.
Well, Back to the Future 3 is referenced in it as well.
Awesome.
There's a scene where Seth MacFarlane like goes into a bar and he just sees fucking Doc Brown covering up the DeLorean.
Suddenly he hears, "Hey, McFly!"
Seth MacFlyerman.
I'm afraid I've wandered onto the wrong movie. I've wandered onto a...
Seth, we have to go back to the future!
I'm afraid I've wandered onto a set of a movie that was made in the 80s.
He fucking drives through, like, he's like, I must go back to the set! Gets in the DeLorean, like, drives through the set, like, fucking destroys set pieces and shit. Playing the theme music on, like, A-Track. Kills extras and shit.
Holy shit, this explains why the humor in Family Guy is so all over the place. Seth MacFarlane's life is like that.
Oh, God.
His life is a constant stream of cutaway gags.
That's a movie right there, just a guy who like lives in a life of cutaway gags.
He should make a movie, a live-action movie about somebody who lives in the Family Guy universe. His life is just really that crazy.
But he's like a normal guy, and he's likable, unlike the Griffins.
More American Dad than Family Guy, but with more cutaway gags.
Right, exactly. You watch American Dad?
I enjoy American Dad.
I like it better than Family Guy.
American Dad is better than Family Guy.
In many respects.
American Dad is best McFarlane show.
Indeed. Did you hear they're going to cross over Family Guy with The Simpsons?
I did.
Did you see the trailer?
No.
It's hysterical. Well, it wasn't a trailer. It was an image that I saw watching a trailer YouTube channel. And it was the Griffins looking into there's The Simpsons on their couch watching TV.
Nice.
I'm very excited. I can't wait. So I've always been more of a Simpsons guy than a Family Guy guy. I've always been a Simpsons guy more than a Guy Hard.
You're not a Guy Hard, Bill?
I'm not a Guy Hard, and I'm not in 3D, as it turns out.
Sad.
Indeed.
Much like a certain movie, your 3D is not to the max.
Well done, Dylan. Well done. Much well done. Speaking of Godzilla, I want to talk about this, even though I don't have the article open. That would have helped this conversation greatly, because I can't find it. Let's talk about a little thing that I saw on Toho Nation recently. That was like all the alternate titles of the Godzilla movies internationally and how weird they are. And the one that stuck out, and the one that they used as the example, I told you before we started recording, was Gorgo and Superman like meet in Tokyo. I think that was the title.
Yes. Now you heard this correctly, audience. They do not fight in Tokyo.
They meet.
It's like they got together, they had brunch, they enjoyed each other's company very much, and then they went back on their respective paths. Gorgo went towards London, and Superman just flew around the world reversing time or something.
Exactly. Here's my question. Here, I think I found it actually.
It's a good thing they didn't make that Batman versus Godzilla movie, because that would be the one time where an actual Toho movie is more ridiculous than the German titles.
Yeah, no, never mind. This isn't it. Hang on.
Of course, they probably would have seen Batman and been like, Godzilla versus Spider-Man.
Godzilla versus Spider-Man. Oh, God.
He's throwing his patented Spider-Rang.
Why does he look like a giant bat then? He is a bat Spider-Man.
But he has bat ears. No, those are spider fangs.
Spider fangs! But there's a bat on his chest. He is marking his prey. Marking his prey? Yes.
Don't you know that Batman is a character created by Stan Lee? This is Bob Kane's Spider-Man.
Bob Kane's Spider-Man.
Stan Lee in this universe goes around calling people Bat Friend.
Ho there, Bat Friend.
Mr. Lee, why is Batman red and blue? And why is there a spider on his chest?
Well, you see there, Bat Friend.
Also, the fact that his suit is covered in and he shoots webs kind of makes him seem a little less bat-like.
Well, you see there, Bat Friend. The ever-loving Batman.
The amazing Batman.
The amazing Batman got in a fight with the ever-loving Hulk. And the ever-loving Hulk beat him up so bad that he turned into what you see now.
Okay, Stan.
It makes perfect sense, Spider-Friend.
Okay, Stan Lee, but what's the point with this Black Cat character? Isn't she a total rip-off of DC's... Oh, no. What's the point with this Catwoman character? Isn't she a total rip-off of DC's Black Cat?
Well, you see there, Bat Friend. I also love the fact that this is like Murr asking him these questions.
Yeah, Murr.
Yeah, Murr. Why are you questioning Stan Lee, Murr? Well, I was just wondering.
Listen here, Bat Murr.
Bat Murr.
One evening, Murr was bitten by a radioactive bat.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see here. Trying to find the alternate titles. I can't seem to find it, Junior.
What was the famous line from the comedy stylings of 13-year-old Bill? Oh, yes, that's how stars are born.
That is how stars are born. So, here are the alternate titles for Godzilla vs. Megalon, as this says. Gorgo and Superman meet in Tokyo. Let's analyze that for a minute. Gorgo and Superman meet in Tokyo. Why the fuck would the Italians think... Or no, I'm sorry, it's not the Italians. This is the Spanish. The Italians had another fucked up name for the movie, but we'll get to that in a second.
Hold on. What movie is this, actually?
Godzilla vs. Megalon.
Ah.
Why would, like...
The same movie that we get our title from. Wonderful.
Yeah, we'll get to our title.
I'm assuming that Jet Jaguar is Superman in their opinion?
Obviously, and Godzilla's Gorgo.
Right.
But why the fuck would they think, oh, Gorgo is going to be more famous than Godzilla?
Maybe he is in Spain.
Why would he be? We have one movie, and it was over 10 years ago before this fucking movie came out.
Maybe the Spanish love Gorgo, man.
Maybe they love the Gorgo comics.
They're all like, hey, Senor Gorgo.
Yes, Gorgo is a very famous here.
They don't call the Mama Gorgo Orga or Agra or whatever. They call
Ogra.
They call it Gorga. So that's how you do.
El Gorgo, he is here. He is here to destroy us.
Senor Gorga and Senorita, or no, Senor Gorgo and Senorita Gorga.
Dude, you know that thing's a horrible person, right? And it will get you for being a good person.
It's worse than a spider. It's a spider that I don't know where it is.
It is an MIA spider.
It's a spider that I have lost track of. And it was tiny and black, and that worries me.
Oh, shit. Do you guys have Black Widows over there?
We do, yes. Down here.
Oh, fuck.
Although, honestly, I'm a bit more frightened of brown recluses, but...
They're both horrible, though.
A Black Widow will just kill you. I can respect that. A brown recluse will fucking give you a flesh-eating...
Ugh. It'll fuck you up. It's like, how dare you fucking even come near me, you piece of shit? I'm gonna fuck you up.
It's like, I got up to go pee because you were BRB. And as I get to my door, it's right there hanging in front of the wall.
Oh, God. Was it small?
Yeah, it was pretty small. And I'm immediately thinking, oh shit, a spider. That's the last thing I need is to become Batman. But he... And then... and then I jumped a little bit, you know, like you do. And it did the thing that I hate when spiders do. It was hanging on its web, and then all of a sudden it just dropped.
Oh!
And now I have no idea.
It's just like, you think you know where I am? Fuck you!
Now it's like I have no idea where it is.
Oh, God damn it, dude. That fucking sucks. Was it hairy?
No, it wasn't hairy.
So it might have been a Black Widow then. It's possible.
It might have.
You ever seen a Black Widow in person?
I have.
Oh, Jesus.
But the one I saw was bigger than this, so maybe it's not.
Maybe it's a male.
Actually, I've seen a couple. One was, because I didn't even know it was Black Widow at first, because I always thought the hourglass shape on the back was red, but apparently they can also be like orange or like even like a goldish color. And we had one in the car once that had the gold diamond on its back.
Right.
And it was freaking terrifying because it's not just in the car. We're going down the road, and it comes out of the air vent.
Oh no! Was the AC on?
The AC was on.
Oh god! So it's like blowing towards somebody. You ever know anybody who got like killed by a Black Widow?
I don't know.
Have you ever heard of it happening? They're like, old Uncle Jimmy, he got bitten by a Black Widow spider, and now he's dead.
No, you would think that I might know somebody who died in that fashion. I mean, I know I had an uncle who was shot, for God's sakes, but no Black Widows.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
Was he in what?
He was going to be a witness in some sort of court case.
Oh my God!
And they blew him away.
Jesus Christ, dude!
I never knew him, but
what was he going to be a witness for?
I don't know, man.
For like meth dealing or some shit?
It was obviously some sort of organized crime because they knocked on his door and blew him away.
Obviously. Jesus, sweet fucking Jesus, dude. Uncle on your mom's side or your dad's side?
It was one of my dad's brothers.
Ooh, does he talk about it like my brother who got killed in the gang war?
No, he doesn't mention it very often, actually. He's got 3 brothers, one who I know pretty well, and then 2 that I really don't know very well because I haven't ever really met them. One of them is the one that got shot, and the other one is the one that I haven't met, but apparently I'm in his will, so that's good.
Holy shit. Is he a rich dude?
He's well off. I wouldn't call him, like, rich. Like, he's not, like, 1% or anything, but...
He's drowning into pussy.
He's got some money on him, you know. He's got some money.
Right. He's like fucking Scrooge McDuck, like jumps into a vault filled with gold, cracks his skull open because the gold is made of fucking metal or gold or.
And I know I'm going to have this reaction, and it's going to make me feel like a terrible person afterwards. But the fact that I don't really know him is going to cause this to be the reaction. Somebody's going to be like,
right.
Your uncle died, and I'm going to be like, which one? And they're going to be like, it's your Uncle Junior, and I'm going to be like, yes!
Yes! He is dead! He has ceased to be! He is an ex-person, and now I get money.
I got his money.
Why were you in the will if he never met you?
Because apparently all of Dad's children are in the will.
Oh, really?
Because Uncle Junior has no kids, and it's suspected that he might be...
What? What is that? What are that series of noises supposed to mean?
He is a suspected homosexual. No.
Oh! I thought you were like, he might be a werewolf.
He might be fucking Dracula. No.
He might be a vampire. Oh,
no, to answer your question, if he were a vampire, he wouldn't be Dracula. We suspect that he would be the 1980s porno spoof vampire, Gay Dracula.
Bacula. Oh, come on, dude, that's awesome. Bacula.
There's a legit 80s gay porno spoof called Gay Dracula at the Cinema Snob.
I wonder what he does.
He sucks, that's what he does.
Oh!
And the Cinema Snob reviewed it, and it was glorious.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, God. I'm not a huge fan of his, but I do like his work. Has he ever established, like, a status quo for, like, a good porno spoof or a good porn film?
I'm not sure. I don't...
Because he reviews everything and says it's crap, but, like, has he ever established, like, a ground of, like, this is a good porn film?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay.
He would be the expert. He has done 4 E.T. pornos.
And that means that he is the expert on pornography.
Indeed.
Oh. So anyway, Dylan, back to Godzilla vs. Megalon. Oh.
Right. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
You
want me to take out that stuff about your uncle?
I really don't care.
Okay.
Which one? Which one, the dead one or the one that I hope will be dead?
Both.
I really don't care.
Alright, I'll leave them both in then. So, yeah, apparently Gorgo's really big in Spain.
Yeah, they love El Señor Gorgo.
Like, Superman makes sense. Like, Superman's an international icon. But fucking Gorgo over Godzilla? The fuck, man?
They're big Gorgo fans, man. They just label all their Godzilla movies Gorgo.
We refurbished all of the Godzilla films in order to star Senor Gorgo.
We are all very excited for Gorgo 2014.
Starring Bryan Cranston and Ken Watanabe.
Directed by...
This is not even what Spanish people sound like. That's more Mexican.
Directed by Inoshiro Honda.
Wait, he did not direct Godzilla 2014.
Neither is it a Gorgo film, but they don't know what they're saying, Bill.
Starring Matthew Broderick. Produced by John Fukuda. With a score by Kawatone.
And Brian Cranberry Juice or something. I don't know.
Brian Cranberry. Now, speaking of Mexicans, you want to know what Godzilla vs. Megalon was called in Mexico?
Speaking of Mexicans, what was Godzilla vs. Megalon called in Mexico?
Planetary Titans.
You ever watch more than 2 episodes?
I've seen 3. Fuck you.
Dude, you need to watch the 4th one. The ending to that episode is amazing.
I know I do. I need to watch
when
it.
Shit starts to get really good.
That's when shit went down.
Oh yes. Oh.
Oh.
This title at least makes more sense than Superman and Gorgo meet in Tokyo.
at least it's nondescript enough where it might feature Godzilla. You know what I mean?
Like, the first title, I just picture, fucking Superman and Gorgo, they're hanging out, they're playing golf.
They're fucking chilling and shit. They're playing slots and shit.
They're drinking buddies.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting crunk.
As they used to say in the early 2000s.
No, this is the mid-70s.
Oh, yes, the mid-70s. Where they get drunk and say things like, "Hey, baby, what's your sign?"
You want to get crunk after this? So did you ever hear about the penis mitre?
Have you ever heard about the penis mitre?
So that's the Mexican release.
Hey, Junior, you ever hear about the penis mitre?
Yeah. Get off my plane.
Junior, did you know that in 30 years I'll be a spy? And I'll be young. And I'll be younger.
But won't you be dead in 30 years, Dad? No, I'll be younger. I'll still have to wear a wig, though.
You will think I was dead, but in reality I regenerated. We're Time Lords now.
But I didn't regenerate into a different body like Time Lords do. I made myself younger.
Because
the science is sound.
I like this fish. Not bad for cattle. So now you're an Exilian? Make up your mind.
Exilian, Time Lord, Scottish archaeologist who gave birth to an American. Yes, that is exactly what I am. Oh. So, you want to know what it was called in French Belgium?
French Belgium.
Not actual Belgium or actual France. French Belgium.
Because that's...
a rare Venn diagram of France and Belgium.
Because that exists, apparently.
Yep.
And I was not aware of such fact.
Well, you know what they called Godzilla vs. Megalon?
Do they call it
Godzilla 1980.
But that's not the year.
That's not the year. It makes no sense.
There is no Godzilla in 1980.
So according to the French Belgium people, because that's what we're gonna call them now.
French Belgians.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes more sense than the French Belgium people.
Oh yes, Godzilla 1980. This is the one with that awful poster.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right.
What happened?
I don't know, dude. I don't know, man.
Ah.
And then Dylan, do you happen to know what it was called in Germany?
Was it called the Angels from inner not space?
Place?
Not
the Angels from Inner Place.
Angels from inner not space.
The Angels from Inner
Earth.
From Inner Void.
Clearly, this is what it is.
This is and it starred Conga.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Great.
Junior. Bane needs to have a son so that he can call him
Junior. When you go back to Berlin and get my diary from the Nazis, then you will have my permission to ride.
Junior, we must kill Batman.
You know, I just noticed my Bane was starting to devolve into Christopher Walken. Ho, Junior, grab my diary and drive us to the airport, or we'll fly away. Fly like an eagle. Oh, fly like an eagle.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
Y'all ready for y'all ready for this? Ba 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 ba. Dylan.
What?
You want to know what the movie was called in Italy?
Oh, what was it called in Italy?
The Italians decided to call Godzilla vs. Megalon in their wonderful, wonderful country.
Is it called That's a Spicy Meatball?
That's a spicy meatball. Oh, hey, what are you doing over there? What are you doing with the Godzillas and the Megalons? No, you cannot call it that.
Hey, shut up with the noise.
Oh, we're stopping with the Megalons and the Godzillas and the Cetopians and all that shit.
It's me, Mario.
I am a walking over here. They called it At the Borders of Reality.
They're not that far off.
The movie will make you question whether or not it's real because of how fucking bad it is.
Hey, they stole our idea. Interdimensional Godzilla is ours. 1970s Italy.
Yeah, an interdimensionally, across reality traveling Godzilla. Hey, that's our shit.
He prefers dimensionally challenged.
Dimensionally challenged. That's fucking genius. I love it. That is genius still, and you should be commended for that. And I do commend you for it.
I should get an award.
You should get a Peabody Award for that joke.
Yeah. Is that a thing that happens? Do they give awards for jokes?
No, they don't.
They should.
Meh! I want a Peabody Award. Do you know why, Beastman?
Because you made a joke.
Because I'm going to kill He-Man.
Through my comedy.
The comedy stylings of Skeletor will kill He-Man.
Actually, boss, you might want to get the comedy stylings of 13-year-old Bill. They're much more dangerous.
Can they kill He-Man?
They certainly killed the last audience.
That is so mean.
You know the scene from Airplane where the guy pours the gasoline on himself?
Yeah.
It was like, it was like that.
It was horrible. It was so bloody and messy, and 13-year-old Bill was just crushed. He did a podcast about it years later. What is this podcast called? The Demons from Outer Space. I've never heard of this podcast. I wonder if there's a chance that I'm mentioned on it.
Oh, they've heard of you.
They've heard of you, boss. Really? I am interested now. I hope they don't do a mocking caricature of me. Shit.
Oh, they have, boss.
Many times. You're kind of the backbone of their show.
Skeletor goes and listens to our show, and he's like, "This is preposterous. How could he not appreciate the acting talents of Josh Brolin?"
Spiders are not terrible people, I'll have you know. This is bullshit.
I hang out with them on the weekends.
I let spiders babysit my children. They are the most trustworthy souls in the world.
Have they never read Charlotte's Web?
Have they never read Charlotte's Web?
Except for brown recluses. Those are
They are terrible.
Those are assholes.
They are the what's that thing called? They are the Taliban of the spider world.
Shit.
Yes.
We need a.
They are bad people.
We need a more child-friendly villain. They're spider Nazis.
Spider Nazis. It's like the Spider-Man, except he's a Nazi. It makes perfect sense.
Because in this modern age of terrorism, Nazis have become passé.
It's true.
It's like, look, there's a Nazi. How cute.
Oh, look at the little Nazi. Oh, you're just gonna kill all the Jews? Oh, you're so adorable, thinking you're gonna kill all the Jews. Oh, you little cute little... cute as a butt.
Oh, he wants to take over the world.
Oh, you little German. Oh, you. You're nothing compared to the demons from outer space, you little bitch.
You and your De Fuhrer. Not your Fuhrer, your De Fuhrer. Following your the Fuhrer. What? That is not proper English. Don't be a grammar Nazi, you Nazi.
All right, Dylan. You want to hear? Let's do one more Godzilla movie with alternate titles.
What's it called in Japan?
You'll never guess. It's called Gojira.
The worst ones are the alternate titles from America. Hey, you know what this movie's called? Is it called Mothra vs. Godzilla? No, it's called Godzilla vs. The Thing.
You ever see that movie, The Thing from Another World? Yeah. It has nothing to do with that.
The whole purpose was that they were supposed to keep it a mystery from the audience, so that they would not know what the thing was until they sat down in the theater. Well, that's a brilliant marketing strategy, but didn't they put her in the trailer? Yes, they did!
Nobody will ever know! Why is Skeletor controlling the United States release of Godzilla vs. Mothra? Because I'm a big Godzilla fan!
Because I'm convinced that he is my best hope of killing He-Man.
Killing He-Man! Only with Godzilla at my side can I foresee the death of He-Man!
The death of He-Man!
The man who is a he! He-Man!
He-Man.
Oh. Dylan, are you ready for the alternate titles of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla?
Oh, is one of them King Kong, Monster from the Deep?
Nope.
Or was that the alternate title for Terror of Mechagodzilla?
No, it was. It's not on here, though. But you want to know what it was called in Germany?
Ooh, is the classic Godzilla vs. Robot on the list?
That's on there. That's from Italy. You want to know what it was called in Germany?
What was it called in Germany?
King Kong vs. Godzilla.
What?
And you want to know what King Kong vs. Godzilla was called in Germany?
Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla?
It was called The Return of King Kong. Which I guess makes no sense. He's not returning from anywhere.
He's returning from nearly 30 years of cinematic absence.
Non-existence. It was called Godzilla vs. the Bionic Monster in the U.S. originally. Then it was called Godzilla vs. the Cosmic Monster. In Spain, they decided to not opt for replacing Godzilla with their loved icon of Gorgo.
What? You mean the Spanish title is not Gorgo vs. Robot?
No, it is not Gorgo vs. Robot. It is Godzilla vs. Cyber Godzilla, the Destruction Machine.
Holy shit, they predicted Godzilla the series as villain.
Holy shit! And they predicted that episode of Star Trek, even though it had already happened before this, and it actually was called the Doomsday Machine.
They predicted Cyberzilla, you guys.
Doesn't that sound like the name of a fucking, album? Godzilla vs. Cyber Godzilla, the Destruction Machine.
All of these sound like album titles.
Done by the heavy metal band Bullet in the Bathroom.
Indeed.
Bullet in the Bathroom presents The Destruction Machine.
Please, welcome to the stage, Bullet in the Bathroom.
Doing their very famous song, The Destruction Machine.
We have 3 famous bands for you tonight. First off, Bullet in the Bathroom, followed by Duran Duran and their Varan Fan Van.
Followed closely by... What is that? Oh, we don't have a third band, I'm sorry. I lied.
I was smoking backstage, and for some reason I thought we had Sgt. Pepper and the Lonely Hearts Club Band here this evening, but that appears to not be the case.
We appear to just have 2 bands tonight. Bullet in the Bathroom and Duran Duran and the Varan Fan Van. Enjoy. Everybody's just dumbfounded by the announcer's unprofessionalism.
To make up for our lack of a third band, I present the token-esque musical stylings of Spock.
And also the comedy stylings of 13-Year-Old Bill.
Neither you or Leonard Nimoy are there.
We're both watching on TV, just like, what? They bring out a poor Bill and Leonard Nimoy impersonator.
We're all watching it together because we hang out with Leonard Nimoy now.
We hang out with Leonard Nimoy, pirates, and hobbits on the weekends. All together. We're sitting in Hobbiton watching TV. This comes on, we're all just dumbfounded, and they've got the same guy to play both Leonard Nimoy and me.
2 of those things...
He just changes wigs.
2 of those things actually go together. I need to BRB. I'm getting a phone call.
Sure. Oh, so we're sitting in Hobbiton, fucking, I don't know why, we just are. We're fucking watching TV.
Because they have electricity in Hobbiton these days.
They have electricity and television. And have access to the channel where William Shatner is trying to announce band names.
Of course.
What venue is this where he's trying to announce band names? That's what I want to know.
Times Square.
Times Square. That's not a venue, Dylan. That's a place.
What do you mean that's not a venue? Isn't a venue a place?
No, a venue is like a show. Like I mean, it is a place, but it's like there's got to be a show going on.
Well, clearly there's some show on Times Square.
What's the name of the show? That's the venue.
It's called Varan and their Varan. Bullet in the Bathroom's just the
Varan and their Varan.
I mean Duran.
Varan and his Duran fan. How about that?
No, Duran and their Varan van. The Bullet.
Varan fan. These are fans of the Duran Varan fan. Wait, fuck.
Bullet in the Bathroom is just the opening act.
Bullet in the bathroom, everybody. Bullet in the bathroom.
They're just the opening act. I don't know what Leonard Nimoy was supposed to be doing.
He was supposed to be singing that song about hobbits. That's why the hobbits were watching.
Oh yeah.
And I was just going to be talking about how Josh Brolin's a shitty actor.
Right. It also features your comedy style.
Right.
Shatner fucking announces that, and nobody he announces is actually there. Somebody backstage is like, Shatner.
There's not even a show going on. He's just sitting in the middle of Times Square with a megaphone, like, out of his mind. It's like ranting and raving.
Oh shit, you know why this is so confusing?
Why?
Because I think I meant to say Madison Square Gardens instead of Times Square.
Oh, that makes more sense. Because Times Square is like
a square.
That makes more sense.
The other square, the one Zilla hid in.
Right, that's the one. Do you watch CinemaSins? Everything Wrong With series?
Yeah.
Did you see their one on fucking the Justin Bieber movie?
No, I didn't.
They fucking show him in Madison Square Garden, and they cut to like the sentence is fucking the planes from '98 blowing up Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
That was funny. Anyway, but Dylan, we've got about an hour and a half, so I think it's about time we wrapped up.
Indeed.
Do we have any announcements?
Go
watch World War G Episode 6, the final chat. It's fucking amazing.
Go watch that.
It's epic and incredible, and you should watch it. That's on Adam Noyce's channel. Be sure to watch the Godzilla 2014 review on Geeky Gentleman, and you get to see the skit of Godzilla is a Terrible Roommate Part 2, which was very funny.
Indeed.
Stay
tuned to all these channels for shit.
Dylan, how about Kaiju Spotlight?
When's
that next episode coming?
Sometime. Now that I have an episode 9, I'm not in as much of a hurry.
I want to see that shit happen, though, dude.
I'm pretty sure that this will probably be the first June installment.
Right.
Not the 1st of June.
No, that would be too soon, and that would give people too much hope. I mean, like...
I don't work under deadlines.
Fair enough. And the more you pressure me, the less I'll be inclined to do it.
Indeed.
So fuck you people.
This has been proven to happen.
Indeed. What else? Godzilla Odyssey is still a work in progress. We're working on it.
Yes, we are. I mean, I'm not right now, but...
I am. We're working on it. G-Fest is coming up. If you don't have your tickets, get your tickets.
Oh, yeah. Again, stay tuned for Bill and Dylan's epic adventure to G-Fest. Also, Andres will be there.
With a cameo by Andres. It's like the Godzilla movie, like we keep him off screen.
Also, we're bringing women.
2 non-single women, so that's a problem. But
we're kind of bringing women.
We're bringing women of a sort.
Not the kind of women that will actually work out in our favor, but the kind of women that might increase the view count.
That kind of women, yeah.
Yeah.
Dem women's. That's the kind of women's we're bringing. Anyway, until next time, I'm Bill Worster.
And I'm Super DM64.
And as always, Tim Germans, they certainly be fucked up.